What's going on, guys? Nick Shawn here. So another cool week, a little bit slower, but still ended up in profit. And the past 3 weeks here of me trading, I've just been amazing. January was such an amazing month. So I'm gonna go through. So I'm gonna do a quick recap of last week. There's not much to cover. Then I'm gonna do a quick outlook of next week, and then we're gonna go through my trading history step by step. Every trade I've taken this past month, with the exception of only one. And I'm gonna show you my full trading history, all the explanations before and after, and then I'm gonna give you a link where you can go and do it yourself. You can literally go through here and learn everything. So first, let's do a recap. So this past week, I took one new trade this week, and then I closed two trades from last week. So we're going to go to transaction history here in Oanda. By the way, just so you guys know something weird going on, I'm going to refresh the page right here. I'm going to refresh it. We're going to reload the site. We're going to let it all repopulate. So that way, like, there's nothing weird going on here. Everything's like all repopulated. So back here, we're logged in on Oanda Live. I'm going to go back to transaction history, and everything's been refreshed, and it's all been right here. So that way you guys know there's nothing weird going on. There's a lot of weird, sketchy stuff. People can manipulate all their stuff, online now these days. So, but when you refresh the page, can't really do anything there. So it is what it is. So here's the three trades that I've closed this last week. I closed a New Zealand dollar USD trade last night. I took that trade at hit stop loss. This week I closed New Zealand dollar JPY and New Zealand dollar USD, which were two trades from last week. You can watch the previous weekly recap video that I made about a week ago on these. I closed these in profit. These were the remaining runners from this past from like a week ago, and I closed these in profit. So overall, the week was barely in profit. I think it was like $500 or $600. We'll go here in Telegram. I should have screenshot of the account right here. Let's go and take a look. So this is it. This was this week. So like about $600 after commission, so pretty much like a break-even week, but still in profit. It was a very slow week. I didn't find many setups, and the one setup I did take this week stopped out. Hilariously, it stopped out and then ended up running into profit. It would have been in profit right now. This was it right here. So this is the only new trade I took, and these are all three of them. I'll scroll back further. You can see AUD USD. That was from last week. It was on January 22nd. So, but everything up here, the 23rd, 24th, 25th, all this stuff was from this week. So it was really just these three positions here. So I closed these in profit, and then I got stopped out on this new trade I took. There's no open positions right now. So yeah, that's it. So this trade, let's finish recapping this right here. It's the only new trade I took, New Zealand dollar USD, along with many other New Zealand dollar pairs. I'm looking at NJ and NU right now. They're in a steep daily 4-hour uptrend. I'm only looking for buys. That's it. So I took this trade. I shared the full analysis last night as I took this trade. I shared it in an audio message here in Telegram. Right here, I believe this was it. Was this it? No. Here, this is it. So I just entered a buy on New Zealand dollar US dollar 8 p.m. last night. I put a close-up screenshot of this. And I had a full audio message here. I think it was like 3 minutes long or something like that, explaining everything. You can go back in here in Telegram and you can see it all for yourself. And if you want free access to this Telegram channel where I literally share all my trades from now until the near future, like everything live, hit the link in the description, do my free training, follow the directions, go all the way to the end of it, just follow the directions, and you will get a link to join this Telegram channel. You will not get the link to join this Telegram channel if you don't follow the instructions at the link in the description of this video. Just saying, it's super freaking simple. Just hit the link, do my free training. You will get a link to this Telegram channel one way or another as long as you follow the instructions, okay? You can have full access to all of this. So there was that. This was the only trade I took. It stopped out, ended up going back into profit. So it would have been a profit, but it's just stopped out. I'd rather have a better risk reward. This one was 1 to 26 versus a risk reward in which it's only maybe 1 to 2 or 1 to 5, and then take more stop outs that way. This I was targeting like a higher high. We'll catch one eventually. Just like the other previous trades. But yeah, so that was all this week. Just this New Zealand dollar USD trade was new. It was a break and retest of this level with some rejection. I thought it'd go up there. Did, but ended up stopping out first. It happens. It's whatever. So there's that. And also, in addition to that, I actually made a screen recording video, which I show all the transaction history from all of this month. Okay, well, Oanda doesn't let me scroll past this far here in the trading view login thing, but I made a full screen recording of it here in Telegram. I've got this video right here, which you can watch. It's in the chat. It's not far above where we're at, but it shows today. So I've taken these losses, or this one loss right here today. I went ahead and set it to January 11th because it's the first day I got back into getting active here on Telegram. And from January 11th, it shows the profit right here. So about 5K on this account specifically. 40 in commissions, and then I scroll all the way up here. Oh, well, okay, I'll just let it play. I scroll all the way up all the way to the very top, and then I go through every single trade. And if you go through trade by trade, you'll see that I called every single trade in these. You can even find the exact dates and times they were entered. I called every single trade here in Telegram with the exception of this one Euro New Zealand dollar trade. I called this on a live session to clients, but I didn't call it in Telegram that day. This was earlier that morning before I started sharing in Telegram. But kind of a good thing I didn't call this because it ended up stopping out. So technically I call everything past this. But everything from right here, this GJ trade all the way down, I called it all. You're free to scroll up here in Telegram all the way to January 11th, where I started sharing all this. It's pretty far back there, but literally I shared everything with full explanations and analysis live, just to show you guys this is the only way you can prove you're profitable. Everything else can be manipulated. The only way you can prove that someone's profitable is by just watching them trade live over like maybe a couple weeks, couple months. If someone can do that, I think they're legit. If they can't do that, and if they're just showing you statements, and if they're just showing you like trading accounts, that stuff is all good. However, it can be manipulated. You cannot manipulate live trading, which is why I make it a point to be like the only thing I do, because there's literally no way to fake that. I wasn't active a lot of December in here. I shared a couple things back in December, like on December 19th, it was my last post until, the new year, everything changed over. And then January 11th right here, that's when I started sharing literally everything. I had a weekly analysis, like a pre-market analysis. And then every single trade I've taken with full explanations, full analysis and everything has been called live in this Telegram channel the moment I took them. And you can see the exact dates and times it was all in here. I literally shared everything from the ground up. So you can go and see for yourself there in Telegram by hitting the link in the description of this video, watching my free trading, and then you'll get a link at the end of all that if you watch the free training to this Telegram channel where you can follow them. So that's it. That's this week. It was pretty good. It's been a pretty good month. So, it's amazing. A lot of you guys here are here in Telegram are like really happy. You've been learning and you've been following everything. A lot of you guys have bought the Mission FX full program as well, and you're super excited to be a part of that. The course update was just released a few days ago. So far, we're getting great feedback from like 99% of our clients, so I'm really happy that's out and everything's good. Hit the like button on this video if you have been enjoying my Telegram analysis and stuff. I'm not going to be doing this forever because it takes a ton of time. I'd rather do it to like paying clients, but it's a good way to kind of promote Mission FX, to kind of trade live in front of like 27,000 people every single day. If you guys have made money or you've learned, stuff from like my Telegram channel the past 3 weeks, comment on this video and let me know, show some support and at least hit the like button on the video. So as far as the synopsis for next week, what I'm going to be looking for, it's going to be very simple. GJ, I'm still going to be looking for buys. Anything could set up, so I'll share it live as it occurs. I can't speak to what exactly I think might set up because all these little zones that are getting formed now could get broken or it could change from now until next week. So I'm not going to go into too much detail right now about like what exactly I do because we don't even know if it'll set up that way. However, whatever happens, I will share it live in Telegram next week. Same thing on GBP USD. I'm still going to be looking for buys since it's an uptrend. What I'm thinking might occur is something like this: break above the recent highs followed by a retest. If there's some rejection here, then I'll just look to get long on this going up. So like somewhere up here like this, still looking for buys. Nothing else on GBP. I'm looking for Euro USD longs. In fact, it looks like it's setting up right now, but it's currently 11:03 a.m. on a Friday. I'd rather not get into trades before the market, like before the weekend. Actually, but this still looks good. I may consider taking this before. I may consider taking this today. I don't know. The level looks kind of weird now. It's kind of been spiked through a couple times, but I don't know. I usually prefer not to take trades on a Friday. I may take something like this though, because this is looking pretty convincing right now. Price on Euro USD has just been a massive uptrend for like literally like almost a year now. I'm anticipating it'll at least try to go up and make some new highs. We've just bounced off a major H4 support level, going into lower time frames. We're cracking these recent highs and making higher lows and starting to try to go up. So I'm still gonna be looking for buys on Euro USD next week. Same thing on AUD pairs, AUD USD as well as AUD JPY. They're still going up in some heavy uptrends for like almost a year. It's been like almost 10 months now. So I'm waiting on these to continue setting up for buys. AUD USD has been kind of stupid to me for the past few weeks. I took 3 stop outs on these the first week I started trading live in Telegram. In fact, these were the only 3 losers I had that week. Everything else was like either a huge winner or some like break evens with small profits. This trade right here I took about a week and a half ago, I think, whatever date this is, January 20th. So I took that, closed out some partial profits. The rest came back out for break even. And then this week I didn't find a setup. I was looking for this to set up right here to get a buy down in here last night. That never occurred. Price ended up finding support higher and going up. What I'm waiting for next week is probably a break above these recent highs and a retest followed by some support being formed. Then I'll look to get long and try to target a daily higher high. I've got an alert just above this level to let me know if the price gets above this highs. So for the same thing on AUD JPY, I shared this in Telegram this morning. I was looking to get an entry down here last night after price would come back and retest the zone. It never came and retested the zone, so I didn't take an entry. So there's no entry there. I'm looking for this setup to occur going into next week. So I shared that this morning. It looks like price actually came back, retested this zone, but there was no bullish rejection on the retest. So I didn't take that this morning. What I see happening now that this has actually occurred, I actually see price maybe coming back up here, finding some resistance, and then starting to like kind of cluster around. So we'll have to see what happens. But either way, I'm still looking for buys on like a good convincing buy setup for AUD JPY. The trend is still clearly up. I'm going into New Zealand dollar pairs. I don't see anything else for AUD. New Zealand dollar pairs. This is hilarious. This is a trade I closed in profit. This is trading for you guys. So we go to transaction history and we go to this one. Yeah, New Zealand dollar JPY. You'll see I closed this trade right here. It was a buy trade that I closed in profit right there. Check out where I closed it. Where was it? 74.22. So I closed it literally here at 74.22. Literally right there yesterday. I anticipated it was going to come down further and hit my break-even stop loss down here. You guys can scroll back through Telegram and check that out if you'd like to see it. So I thought that's going to happen. So I just closed it in profit right there. Right after I closed it, it would have ended up not hitting the break-even stop loss. The trade would have stayed open and it would have gone way up. So it had this huge move up yesterday and I was like, wow, that's hilarious. And then I was waiting personally for it to like come back into this zone and start bouncing. So I had my alert right here at this zone. Price never came back here. It just kind of went sideways and then it had another move up all the way to the previous high, just as I've been predicting for the past 3 weeks. It finally ended up playing out. That's why I never let like a daily or H4 directional bias get shifted whenever I'm doing my analysis. Unless price is in like a range or something, then I'll look for taking reversals at extreme daily levels and things like that. But on the pairs that are in clear trends, I try not to counter them. So yeah, not once was my directional bias shifted at all. That takes a lot of patience, but you'll get that with time. I'm going to move my alert up here to this zone. What I could see is price coming back to retest this zone. And if some support is formed right there, I'm going to look to buy this pair going into next week. Same sort of situation on New Zealand dollar, US dollar. This trade stopped out. So let me just go ahead and drag this over here. We'll keep it on the chart just for remembering that trade. The trade that I took last week, I got long like back in here, or was it right here? And so price went up, it pushed up into some huge profits, like scaled out partial profits all through here as it was going. And then it came back earlier this week and then hit my break even stop loss, which was like right in this zone. So that happened on NU. We still, I closed it manually before it hit the break even stop loss. So New Zealand dollar USD right here closed at like $500, the last little 30% of that position. And this is a cool case because like had I not closed it early, it would have come back and hit my break-even stop loss anyways. And so this is a case where like I actually made more money as a result of closing it earlier. However, you still have times where the market screws you over where you make the decision to close early, but then it ends up not hitting your break-even or not hitting your stop loss, and then it goes into huge profit. You can never predict stuff like this. Your only job is to control risk and try to make a little bit more on your winners than you lose on your losers. That's literally just your whole job, just risk management and keeping a degree of simplicity. So yeah, going into next week, what do I see on NU? There's two possible things. I could see a break above this high right here in a retest. This zone looks a little bit sloppier to me. What I'd kind of like a little bit better is this zone right here to get broken. So I'll show you this zone. I'm going to like fine tune it up based on where these wicks are at. So it looks like it's pretty clearly defined. So what I'd like to look for is the price to break above this resistance area to come back in here and test this support. If that happens, I'll just simply wait for some support to form and I'll look to get into a buy. The trade might look something like this. Again, we won't know until the actual entry comes, if an entry comes, but essentially be just an entry here after some rejection. I'll likely go to the minute 15 time frame to see some like wicks bouncing or whatever, and then I'll get in with the stop just below the zone. And of course, I'll share it all live in Telegram with full analysis, probably even an audio message. USD pairs, I kept my directional bias down because long term, the trend has just been downwards for a long period of time. So I wasn't looking for anything except for sells. And this week there was this break of this support right here. I was waiting on a retest up into here. So it's funny, these things never happen. Price had broke below, I waited on a retest. That never happened. Then what I was waiting on next is price had broken this support right here broke down below it. I was waiting for a retest back up there, some rejection to go short. That never happened. It never came all the way up. It just broke through during London right now. So now I put this new alert right here back up near this zone. So that way if price comes back up here to this broken support level, it'll notify me. I'll just look for some resistance to be formed. If that happens on some lower time frames, then I'll look to place a sell. It might look something like this right here, like this trade. I'll look to place a sell, and then I'll look to target a new low on the H4 structure. Yeah. So, and in this case, the final target would be maybe like a 1 to 20 if I'm targeting like a new low. Maybe it would be something like that. And then with partial profits scaled out, I'll probably make anywhere from 12 to 15 units of gain. Should something like this set up, and should I actually be able to get an entry? So we'll see next week if this happens. It's kind of what I'm looking for. I just got my alert. It's just a matter of letting it play out. So that's USD CNH sell bias. USD SEK, sort of the same thing. Pretty much the exact same thing. I'm still looking for sells long term. It's just a huge downtrend. I don't expect it to end anytime soon. If you're trying to trade reversals in the US dollar, you think it's going to go up, be my guest. You can buy it. I prefer to trade with the trend because the trend is usually your friend most of the time. I'm running on prices to break this support level, come back up and test in here. If I find some rejection in here, I'll look to get, well, hold on. Okay, this was weird. I'll look to get a sell entry right there. The trade might look something like this, right? Just like targeting a lower low somewhere down here, entry, stop above. If it's like a 1 to 15 or 1 to 20, I'll usually make anywhere from 50 to 75% of what the final risk reward ratio is, assuming that final target gets met. Doesn't always get met. In fact, it probably only gets met like 15 to 25% of the time. But my losers are so tiny that even winning like a couple trades, just small winners, like wipe out that. And then every now and then I get a huge winner that ends up just being amazing. So that's that. I don't have any other bias on anything else. As far as stocks going, I'm still long on Tesla. Tesla looks like we formed a double top right here, so we may be seeing downside. I'm in it for the long run. I don't see any reason to get out of Tesla. I mean, I expect to sell off eventually at some point because we've just had such a ridiculous, crazy uptrend. But I am still in Tesla right now, the full position. I haven't closed anything on it, so that's Tesla. As far as Moderna, I'm in Moderna, and the next target that I wanted to get hit has hit. I haven't closed this because today we actually broke above this area right here, and then price has come back and it's testing it. So if you remember, about 2 weeks ago, I made a video, I included this in that video, saying I was looking to get out of Moderna here at this previous high. With the COVID vaccine, like literally getting disbursed to people, my mom and my dad and my sister have actually got the Moderna vaccine. They had a little paper that said Moderna, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm invested in that company right now. Moderna is at the previous high that it's at. So it's made like not a lot, like just under 8K, and I bought like 5K of it back in October or whatever. So I mean, it could still continue up. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it maybe for a few days. It is at like an all-time high right now, so I'm just gonna watch it. I'm just gonna like, oh wait, that's my portfolio. This is Moderna, so I'm just gonna watch it. So yeah, that's that as far as Moderna. Everything else I'm still watching. There's nothing really going on the rest of these. It's mainly just Tesla and Moderna that's going on. So yep, I'm just gonna keep an eye on those. And then going into next week, GBP buys, Euro buys, AUD buys, and New Zealand dollar buys, and USD sells. Those are my biases. I'm not really that biased on a lot of these other currency pairs because not a lot of them look like they're in clear enough trends or clear enough ranges to take reversal trades in that case. So I'm just going to be sticking to these majors. They've been paying out really good this month. As far as like trading, I didn't trade any other account than just the one that I've been showing you guys. I haven't traded any of my bigger accounts. I've just been trading this one to like track the trades that I've been calling to you guys. So this month I've only made like whatever it is, like Forex trading. This is just from like the past 3 weeks. If I were to adjust the history to be all the way to the beginning of January, it'd probably be around maybe 7 or 8K trading Forex. And this is on like a tiny account. This is on like a 40, what's it at right now? I started at 40K. So it's like 48K. So I've made like 8K this month on this account. So that's fine with me. It's 8K from that. And then from stocks this past month, let's see. So, well, I'll have to go back to the stock portfolio. From stocks this past month, it's been about 12K. So about 20K this month between Forex trading and stock trading. That's fine with me. I've shared literally all this stuff live in Telegram. And yeah, I mean, you can literally follow it all for free. Just hit the link in the description of this video. Do my free trading. Make sure you do it all. Don't be lazy. Don't watch like 5 minutes and then click away. You will not get the link if that happens. Watch the whole free training video. Follow the freaking instructions and you will literally get free access to this. I provide more value than probably some of the top people in this niche who are like educators in the Forex niche. I provide, along with a few others, like kind of like Momo, kind of like Raja Banks, Wix Don't Lie, and then maybe a few others here on YouTube. I'm one of the people that provide literally so much ridiculous free value. You just have to like kind of step back and be like, wow, why is this Nick Shawn guy doing it? You know, I'm doing it for two reasons. One, I enjoy it. I enjoy sharing all this stuff with you guys. And number two, I'm doing it to make money because a lot of you guys have been buying the Mission FX full program. Because like you guys are loving it. You guys are seeing all this stuff can happen. You guys are seeing all the course updates that have been coming out that we've been doing. More details about that are in this Telegram channel in like the past week. And you guys are seeing that trading can be consistent and predictable provided that you go about it the right way. Mission FX teaches you how to do that, and it's also getting better and better by the week. So hit the like button on this video if you haven't already. Leave me a comment below in the video. I'm going to read them all for the rest of today. And then I will see you guys in the Telegram channel for next trading week. So you guys have an amazing weekend. Thank you guys for all support here at Mission FX. I hope you've been enjoying all the free content. You guys have an amazing day. Cheers.